3 rounds. He's ready for a step up in the caliber of opponent, and that should happen tonight when he meets up with one-time world title contender, Wilfred Scypion. All right, to Carlos Betancourt, it was right in the first round. First with a left hand, then with a right. And Betancourt went down and out. Rand Barkley has won 6 straight fights in 1985, 5 of them coming by knockouts. Against Billy Showtime Lee, took a little longer, but Lee went down and out in the 3rd round. And you could see he was not getting up from the powerful punches of Rand Barkley. He went against Norberto Sabater for the 2nd time this year, and the result was the same. Knockout in the 2nd round. But this time, he's facing Wilfred Scypion, a man who has been around, a man who has a lot of power himself. Wilfred Scypion has been in against the best. He fought for the championship against Marvelous Marvin Hagler in 1983. In that fight, Scypion matched Hagler early in the fight with his own strength. He moved Hagler around and went punch for punch with him. But then in the 4th round, Scypion, trying to apply the pressure, got tagged. And it was Hagler knocking out Wilfred Scypion. But certainly, Wilfred Scypion is a quality opponent for Rand Barkley, the best that he's faced. And I spoke with Barkley about that. Rand, Wilfred Scypion perhaps is the best quality opponent you have faced to this date in your career. What are your thoughts about it?
Well, first of all, he's the best, but all of them was the best. And my statement about him is, well, he had his chance, and now he would not come back off of me, and that's for sure. I'm ready. I trained hard for this, and I'm ready. Whatever he got to give me, I'm willing to go with it.
You see a slugfest in this type of fight with him. He's a man with 22 knockouts and an excellent record.
Well, I don't see no slugfest with him. I intend to go in the box him. If it goes the distance, good. If it doesn't, fine, you know. But I don't see no slugfest. I intend to box. I don't know what he's going to be doing, but I intend to box. That's my thing. The first 3 rounds, 4 rounds, box him, and then show him the way to the door if I can.
This is a bit of an emotional fight for you, too. You want to dedicate this fight.
Yes, I want to dedicate this fight to Dave Harris, who passed away, and so many people pretend to, you know, forget about fighters like him, which was a good fighter, and he worked hard just like as well as me. I didn't know him very well, but every time we seen each other, we was there for each other. So if I let him down, I let myself down, and I'm not ready to let myself down or him.
Rand Barkley, a man who's shown a lot of confidence and has really been coming on as a fighter, especially this year when he seemingly has put everything together. And he's going against Wilfred Scypion from Port Arthur, Texas. And this is a very important fight for Scypion as he tries to get his career back in order and back toward the top. I spoke with him about that. Wilfred, we haven't seen you for a while in New York, but we understand you're in good shape and ready for a very important fight for you.
Oh, yeah, this is a big opportunity in my life, you know. I just can't let myself down now, you know, and I have to come back and show the people that I'm ready, and thanks for New York to give me back.
Now, Rand Barkley is a banger. He's a big hitter. How do you plan on fighting him?
Well, you know, I'm just going to check him out, feel him out for the first 2 or 3 rounds. Then some of them just going to let it go, you know, whatever I got to let go.
How have you been training the last couple of months?
Well, I've been training real hard. I've been sparring with light heavyweights and super middleweights now, and my weight been down since 2 months ago, so I'm at 160 now, so I feel good, and I just will prepare for whoever come ahead.
Is the hunger back again, and what's brought it back?
Well, what's brought it back because I let myself down, and the people down, my fan behind me. And hey, I got myself back together now. I was torn apart. I was just on a slump right quick. I lost a couple of fights that I shouldn't have lost. And I got my head together, thank God, and now I'm ready to prove myself tonight.
2 men with things to prove. Wilfred Scypion, former title contender, in against Rand Barkley. Let's get the official introduction from Marvin Goldberg.
This bout 10 rounds, referee Vinnie Ferguson. In the blue corner from Port Arthur, Texas, wearing red and gold trunks, weighing 160 and a half, with a record of 29 and 7, 22 by KO, Wilfred the Scorpion Scypion. And in the red corner, from the Bronx, New York, wearing black and red trunks, weighing 161. With a record of 15-3, 11 by KO, Iron the Blade Barkley, 10 rounds.
Rand Barkley has built up a good following here in New York. Vinnie Ferguson is the referee with the instructions for the fighters. Now, John, you talked at the top about the fact that Barkley came in overweight, had to lose the weight today. How do you think that could affect him?
It's going to affect him. If the fight goes a long distance, Sam, it's going to affect him. I don't see how it can help affecting him because he had to take off an awful lot of weight. Came in 5 pounds over. He went to a steam room. A fighter who goes to a steam room spends time in there on a day of a fight. He also went to the gym today and worked out. And a fighter who has to do that on the day of a fight, it takes a lot out of him, Sam, physically and mentally.
Okay, we'll watch for that. Wilfred Scypion coming up from Texas, last fought in September against Dwight Tiger Walker, lost a 10-round decision in Atlantic City. Rand Barkley, this is his 7th fight this year. Last fight was August 29th when he stopped Norberto Sabater here at the Felt Forum.
I enjoyed what Barkley said, that he's going to box him. He's a boxer. A boxer, he's got 18, he has 18 fights and he's got 11 knockouts. That doesn't sound like a boxer to me. It sounds like a puncher.
Well, Barkley has improved his boxing, but I think when he gets tagged, he goes back to slugging it out. You can get him into a slugfest.
He's in there against somebody tonight who knows all the little tricks. And you can see some of them right now, just in the exchange we just saw. He tied up Barkley pretty well.
Banging it out already. Scypion shoving Barkley against the ropes, putting his shoulder down into his chest. Scypion began his pro career in 1978. He won his first 16 pro fights, 15 by knockout. His first loss was in June of 1980 on a disqualification from Mustafa Hanso. Nice combination by Barkley, a short left-right combination.
I think Barkley, if he's thinking about all that weight he took off and all the problems he had with it, is going to try, if he can, to get rid of Scypion as early as he can.
Right by Barkley.
Barkley leaned right into that right. Scypion leaned right into that right hand.
Barkley with some good lateral movement while he pumped that jab in there. Got the right hand in. The right hand has been landing for Barkley thus far. He's shown us in previous fights.
He's not digging. He's not digging with it though, Sam. He's throwing the right and it's landing. If you're digging in with it and throwing it as a real good, straight, solid punch, he'd done a lot more damage with it.
Scypion from Port Arthur, Texas, trained by Kenny Whalen. Kenny Whalen said Scipion's been in the gym for the last 2 months and working hard. And Scypion knows that this is a turning point for him. He needs this win badly to get his career on the way up again.
Came here in shape. He was ready to fight when he arrived here in New York. Weighed in today at 160.25 pounds. One of the few guys that weighed in today who did not have to take weight off.
Walker got in a couple of good left hooks earlier. 20 seconds to go in round 1, scheduled for 10. Fighters are using thumb gloves in this fight. Scypion, a former USBA middleweight champion. Boxing is coming to you from Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. John Condon ringside at Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. You're watching professional boxing and hope you're enjoying it. One of our co-featured events. Middleweights are Rand Barkley in the black trunks, Wilfred Scypion in the red trunks. This is round 2 scheduled for 10. Scypion, I don't think he was hurt.
No,
he was backing off a little bit.
He was not hurt though. He was just backing off and he stumbled a little bit backing up.
Barkley starting to land. Barkley's power is starting to come through. Scypion feeling it, trying to match him with it. Left hooks by Barkley. Boy, he's a powerful puncher.
He's getting him in there too now. He's timing it well.
What I like about Barkley too, John, is he's moving around. He's not only stationary. He's been able to spin around on Scypion. Trying not to get tied up along the ropes. Barkley got in.
He caught a left hook to the body and came back with a right hand. He's getting hit, too. He's got it pretty good. He's got his hands full with Scypion right now. Scypion got a right hand in as he backed Barkley up against the rope. Scypion is by no means in any kind of danger right now, and he's still a very dangerous fighter. Scypion is also a very strong fighter. As I mentioned earlier, he knows all the little tricks. So when he gets in there, if he gets in trouble, he'll know how to cover up, unless he's hurt pretty badly.
Wilfred Scypion has been in against some of the top fighters around. Defeated Curtis Parker in 1981, lost the decision to Dwight Davison. As we mentioned, he fought Marvelous Marvin Hagler in 1983 for the middleweight championship, lost, and Hagler stopped him in the fourth. He defeated Frank the Animal Fletcher for the USBA middleweight championship in February of '83. Got stopped by Murray Sutherland in the 12th round, December of '84, in a fight for the USBA championship. Last time out, lost a 10-round decision to Dwight Tiger Walker in September. Half a minute to go in the second round. Scypion has been picking off that jab now of Barkley in the second round here. Good left hook to the body.
Coming in.
Barkley, good combination. Barkley opening up. Final seconds, round two. Pro Boxing is coming to you from Madison Square Garden, South Forum.
This is just before the end of the last round, Sam. You see, Scypion was all over Barkley, but Barkley came right back. It's going to be a war, as you say. for as long as it lasts.
They were ready to go on after
They
the
didn't
bell.
want the round to end, right? Particularly Scypion.
And the fans loved it. Last three punches by Barkley. He just keeps throwing.
Barkley's gotten in at least 15 punches without any retaliation by Scypion.
Barkley really going. Scypion got in a right hand. And the Barkley answers with a right of his
right
own.
hand was a real good shot by Barkley. It rolled off Scypion, though. It just keeps coming.
Now the question about Barkley is when he unleashes those combinations, those flurries, does he punch himself out? Does he tire? We'll see.
Find out about that steamroll.
Wilfred Scypion fought here in New York once before. That was in 1979. Fought Willie Klassen, stopped Klassen in the 10th round. And that, of course, sad day in boxing around here. Willie Klassen later died from injuries sustained in that fight. Scypion, very powerful puncher.
Scypion is the one who's putting the pressure on Barkley. Barkley is, he's gotten a lot of punches across, but Scypion keeps putting the pressure on him. Scypion came in shape all right.
I got it. Stop punch.
Ferguson gets them apart.
It's a big fight for Barkley to win this fight. It's a real biggie for him. This is a quality fighter he's in there with, and he's a name fighter, so it means a lot to Barkley to win this one.
Scypion still strong. Barkley seemed to have slowed down from that opening 30 seconds of this round, where he really laid a barrage of punches on Scypion.
He threw 20, 25 punches, and they all landed. That was a good right hand by Scypion.
Half a minute to go in the third round. And Barkley gets in the right hand. Boy, they are digging with those punches now. Final seconds, round three. Watching professional boxing from Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. Right out after a ran Barkley. Barkley in the black trunks, Scypion in the red. These are Two guys who know how to throw those punches. They really get their bodies into them. A lot of power in the ring. And I'll say this for both men. They take good punches also.
You still believe that Iran Barkley is a boxer, Sam? Such as he said.
Good right by Scypion. A little swelling under the left eye of Wilfred Scypion. Barkley digging the left hook to the body, but meanwhile took a left hook to the head.
Barkley throwing a very soft jab. When he's in there and he's right within range for it, and he throws a soft punch. You should throw that punch out straight and try to hurt him with it, and double, triple up on him.
Right hand lead blocked by Scypion.
That right hand lead, when he throws it, he should come back with a hook, because when you throw that right hand, even if you miss it with the right hand, you're automatically set to throw the hook. Your body is in position to do it.
Good left hook to the body by Scypion.
Pace has slowed down a little bit now, especially on the part of Iran Barkley.
Scypion hasn't really opened up with any flurries. He seems to be throwing one punch at a time. Good right to the body. Nice right by Barkley. It followed a left hook. Barkley rocking Scypion back on his heels a little bit. And Scypion backing off just a little bit. Barkley gets in the left hook. A little under a minute to go in round 4.
It's a tough fight. These are hard punching fighters, and they're damaging blows, every one of them.
These jabs by Barkley didn't do much.
That's what I meant. He's throwing a soft jab. He's got a good jab. Knows how to deliver it. He's not just throwing it with any authority.
Barkley got in a good left hook. What Barkley is doing better now than he did, say, a little over a year ago, is he's slipping more punches and he's spinning away and spinning out of danger. Final seconds of the 4th round. Barkley's being bothered. He's wiping his eye.
There's no cut there.
Bothering
there. Maybe the sweat is getting into his eyes, but there's no he's yelling about something that's going on.
And there might be a cut, John. There might be a little bit of a cut in the corner of the left eye.
Hardly visible.
And I think he may be complaining about something that Scypion did.
Yeah, he was pointing over to Scipion's corner as he walked to his own corner. And look how they're looking over in that corner. Look at Scypion. He wants to know if that eye is cut. He's looking for a target. Scypion on the left.
And they're working on the cut in the corner of Iran Barkley.
Shortly before the end of the last round. And look at that. When he threw that right hand, he wasn't even looking at Barkley. Just threw it. It was a Hail Mary punch. If it lands, great. I got it. If not, just one of those things. Look at Scypion looking at him. He's looking at that eye. He's trying to find out. They know that something is wrong in the corner of Iran Barkley, and now let's see what Scypion does. If he's looking for the eye.
Doesn't seem to be in a bad spot, though. It's off in the corner. Barkley seems to be fine. This is round 5, scheduled for 10. Thus far, I've given the early rounds to Barkley, John. What about you?
I have. He's done more work. He's thrown more punches. He's scored more points.
Now the question is, will he have the stamina because of having to lose those rounds?
This is where he's going to show up. From this point on is where he's going to show up. Because Scypion has been putting the pressure on him, even though he's been taking a lot of punches from Iran Barkley. He's been the one who's moving forward and putting the pressure on Iran Barkley.
Good combinations by Barkley. Scypion covering up as Barkley again unleashes that flurry. Barkley starts to go, and he doesn't stop throwing punches. He'll go 20 seconds at a time.
And look at Scypion. He keeps coming in. He keeps forcing the fight. This is just a question of who's going to wear who down.
The right hand got in by Scypion. Barkley looking up at the clock.
You know what that tells you.
Wow, and we're only midway through the 5th round.
You know what that tells you. As I mentioned, from this round on, you're going to find out about that steam room and all that weight that he had to take off, the 4 pounds.
Scypion is a man who's known how to go the distance many, many times in the past in his long career, which, as I mentioned, started back in 1978. Barkley has only gone 10 rounds once. That was earlier this year, back in May, when he went 10 rounds against Randy Smith. Otherwise, it's been knockout city.
I tell you, he better be in shape. I mean, he better be ready to go the 10 rounds or able to go the 10 rounds, because I think Scypion is going to keep that pressure on him. And if he is tired or getting tired, Scypion can come on.
I think Scypion has showed he can take Barkley's best punches. Barkley stays busy, and that's good to his advantage. Good jab. Just missed with that right hand.
Coming a little slower than it did, though. Jab of Scipion's is working very well.
Good left hook by Barkley. Follows with a good right hand.
And Scypion continues to put the pressure on him even though he's taking punishment.
And it looks like Barkley piling up the big lead as we come to the end of round 5. Texas, 27-year-old Wilfred Scypion, who fought for the middleweight championship of the world 1983, was stopped by marvelous Marvin Hagler.
It's an important fight for him as well as for Iron Barkley, because Scypion cannot afford another loss if he's going to stay in any kind of contention at all. He's got to win this fight. He's got to win everything he has from now on, because he's getting the reputation of the guy that's becoming a kind of a carpetbagger or a journeyman fighter or club fighter, whatever you want to call him. He's got to win tonight.
Good overhand right hand landed by Barkley. Barkley has landed more punches than Scypion. He's been busier. And I think he's building up a good lead right now. The question for Barkley will be the stamina factor. If Scypion stays around, and Scypion has shown he can take those big punches. See, though, Barkley's power is his biggest asset, John. He has improved his boxing. He does a lot more things better than he used to.
He'd be better standing out right where he is now and moving a little bit rather than just standing there and allowing Scypion to come in and tie him up. Stand out there, throw the jab, and then try to drop the right hand. He could do a lot better work outside than he can inside. He's not throwing the jab at all. There it is, but a lazy jab.
Still to come, our main event, scheduled 12-rounder for the New York State Junior Welterweight Championship. The rematch, Ricky Young and Angel Cruz. Cruz, the champion, won the title by defeating Young 14 months ago, and now they're back for the rematch. Should be a real good one. This one's a good one. The biggest difference that I've seen thus far, John, is that Barkley has been first. Barkley has been the one to be the aggressor. Yeah.
That jab is still lazy. Why doesn't he snap it? He's got a real good jab, and he's being very lazy with it.
Those punches come up short. Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in on Iran Barkley. Punches not as crisp as they were. Half a minute to go in the set.
Earlier in the round, in fact, there he is. He did it again. Drop your hands. When you drop your hands like that, you're telling your opponent you're a little tired.
And looking at the clock, too. But Barkley keeping up a better pace than Scypion. Scypion not doing enough to win the round. Good job picking off those jabs, as John said. Slow and a little lazy from Barkley.
I have Barkley winning the fight by a pretty comfortable margin, Sam, but that does not mean that Scypion is not still dangerous. He's a very strong fighter yet. And if he lands a big punch, who knows?
Well, I think you're right, John. Good right, overhand right by Barkley, and especially we're looking for Barkley. If he wears down, if he tires, it could be just the opening that Scypion needs in the late rounds.
That's what he should be doing, that jab. He just doubled up on that jab, but he should move after he throws it. He knows he's got the right hand. If he finds himself in position to drop it, he can do it, but he should move and try to avoid punishment because, again, he's had to take off some weight today, and I know he's got to be a little tired up there right now, so he should try to save himself and not get hit as often as he's getting hit. A lot of punches he could avoid just by moving from side to side, but he wants to get in there and slug it out with Wilfred Scypion.
But the one thing he's done, even by throwing the jab, which may not be as sharp or as crisp as it could be, is that he's kept Scypion a little off balance. Scypion hasn't been able to put anything together. Good left hook by Scypion. Good work by Scypion on the inside. They trade uppercuts. Scypion blocking all of those jabs. Barkley throwing but not landing. Less than a minute to go in the 7th round. Good right hand by Scypion.
I'm sorry, Sam. Scipion's a lot smoother now than he was in the early part of his career. He used to be a helter-skelter fighter, floundering all over the ring, but he's a real smooth pro now.
Might have seen Barkley again look up at the clock. Still got a long way to go in this fight. Scypion able to slip and block most of those punches by Barkley.
What you at?
Professional boxing from the Felt Forum in Madison Square Garden. Takes a quick jab from Scypion. Barkley was at a stage of his career where it could have gone either way. He lost a couple of tough fights, and he seemed to set in his mind that he was going to work harder than he had been working. And he got determined, and he's put together a good year. But here comes Scypion. Scypion moving forward, pressing the attack, and looking better. This is the 8th round. Scypion throwing more punches than he did earlier. Right hand off the side of the head of Barkley. Scypion using the jab a little better.
He's got to come on. Scipion's in the red trunks. He's got to come on. He's got a long way to come.
And now it's Barkley trying to turn things around, trying to slow down the attack of Wilfred Scypion. Barkley has been backing off and circling. The question is, will he set himself for a counterattack? Barkley has been sucking wind a little bit. Late in each round, he's been checking the clock. You said he came in overweight this morning for the weigh-in. Had to lose 5 pounds to make weight for this fight.
Actually, it was 4, Sam. It was give or take a pound. So he took off 4, and they settled for that.
Still a lot.
Yeah, it sure is.
Barkley looking at the clock again, which shows 1:10 to go in the 8th round. Scypion looking pretty strong here. Good left hook by Wilfred Scypion.
A lot better now than he did at any other part of this fight.
It's Scypion starting to carry on, and Scypion moving in. Right hand for Scypion as Barkley tries to counter.
Scypion should move in now. He's got Barkley a little tired. He should move in and try to do it because, as I mentioned, he's got a long road to run. He's behind in this fight by quite a bit, so he's going to pull it out. He's got to start doing it right now.
Scypion looking very strong here and looking very good. And Barkley keeps peeking at the clock. He's trying to back off. Scypion, a reaching right hand that got in. At the tail end, landing on Barkley. Glancing left hook scores for Scypion.
Look at the way Barkley's throwing that right hand now. It's a lazy man's right hand. He's tired.
Oh, right hand! Wow! Barkley!
Right on the chin. He walked right into it.
A perfect right hand. He cannot be saved by the bell. He must get up.
This is the...
It's all over. It's all over.
Make it just as well.
He's counted out.
It's just as well he did not get up, because if he had gotten up and gotten hit again, he would have been in really bad trouble.
Just when it looked like Barkley was wearing down, he bangs the right hand right on the chin of Wilfred Scypion. Perfect. Takes him out.
A perfect punch. As he threw it, Scypion was right there. And believe me, that's a tired young man you're looking at right there. He came up with the right punch at the right time, and he pulled it out. Not that he was not winning. I thought he was winning the fight. As a matter of fact, I gave Scypion only one round up to that point.
I thought Scypion had taken the round. This eighth round,
he was taking that round. Right. Up to that point, however, I gave him only one round. And he just walked right into that punch. He was there, his hands were down, and he got caught. We'll take another look at it now. There he is. See, the hands were down, and he got caught with it.
Perfectly.
He was actually looking the other way, and when he turned around, that's when he got caught with the punch. Watch his head. His head will go to the right. See his head go, as he turned around, he got caught with it.
It's happened a couple of times earlier in the fight. He had missed with a left hand, but Barkley had not capitalized. But look at the face. Look at the joy on the face of Iran Barkley. His biggest win, his 7th straight win this year, 6 by knockouts. Iran Barkley, we said he's a powerful man, and just when it looked like he was tiring, he set himself beautifully and dropped in that right hand.
He was looking at the clock from the 5th round on, and he was tired. I'm sure he'll admit that himself. But he came up with the right punch at the right time.
Iran Barkley, a man on the move upward in the middleweight division, a man to be reckoned with. Tremendous power, knocks out Wilfred Scypion. Let's get the official time from Marvin Goldberg.
The time, 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the 8th round. Winner by a knockout, Iran the Blade Barkley.
Iran Barkley, 16-3, 12 knockouts, 7 straight wins in 1985. And as he said, this is Iran Barkley's year, and he is proving it. You had to question the quality of opponent earlier in the year, but I think Wilfred Scypion was a step up for Iran Barkley, and he certainly proved himself as he dominated the fight and finished off Scypion with the big knockout, dropping in the right hand to stop it in the final seconds of the 8th round. We'll be back with Iran Barkley to join us in just a moment.
Best knockout I ever saw you score.
Well, it was, besides you see me score Sabater. And this one, I planned it, you know, the box, the move, the thing. And just a matter of time, I knew I would catch up to him. I wanted to see, he's a good boxer. He was a good fight for me. I can't take nothing away from him. But once I felt him out, I knew I'd have him.
Were you tired?
No, I wasn't tired. I was just saving myself, you know, for the later round. I said I'll play possum, you know, let them think I'm tired. So I have a lot left for the end if I got to go to the end.
You want to see yourself in action?
Sure.
Okay, let's take a look at you here. This is the big punch coming up. Now, he turns his head just a little bit. You see what I mean? And when he turned around, you caught him with that right hand.
Right.
Yeah, turned his head just a little bit, and your timing was absolutely perfect.
Right. Just the way I worked on it in the gym with the pads with my trainer, Bobby Miles.
How come you came in 5 pounds overweight?
Well, I had 8 the night before the fight, and I thought I would, you know, move my bowels, but I didn't, and it stayed with me. But I got the weight off. I was feeling good, and I knew that I was in great shape.
You were looking at the clock from the 5th round on. That kind of told me you were a little tired.
No, I just kept peeping at it because I wanted to know when to really just speed up my pace.
Oh, I see.
You know, because I knew that I was in great shape. I'm in great shape, but I just wanted to time it right so I could speed up and then take him. You know, they said that he was on his way out, so I wanted to show him to the door.
Did he give you any trouble at any time?
No, he didn't give me any trouble. He was boxing. He was a good, smart fight for me.
Didn't hurt you at any time?
No, not at any time. You know, he did not hurt me. I was well aware of what he was throwing and alert.
You beat a quality fighter here. Wilfred Scypion is a quality fighter, and a win like this for you is a really big win for you. Where do you want to go from here? Who do you want next?
Well, I would like John Collins or whoever. Whatever comes next, whatever's the next door, I'll take.
Okay, good. Good luck to you. This was a real big night for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wilfred Scypion.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's
Wilfred
okay.
Scypion is your man, the man you just beat. Wilfred. Okay.